Hello and welcome to TRL Turbo Racing League. This is round 2 and we are in Hungary today. Today the grid's a bit different from last round. We've got quite a large number of reserves. We have M. Schumacher 9406 coming in as reserve for Alexios. We've got J. Henson coming in as reserve for Adude MUFC 7. We've got VFL Martial coming in as reserve for Tan 29. We also have Godly Noob as reserve for Faxland, and PRT A. Hubert coming in as reserve for Lebiscuit. Amir hasn't validated this lap. He'll be going around. Oh, he won't be going around one more time. He'll be going into the pits. He is in 16th place, so that means he will get knocked out of Q1. As M. Schumacher is on the grass, that will run his lap. So Bashful Cloud should be in the top 15. So that means that Deru, Usher, Pale Drill, Kengar and Bashful Cloud will all get eliminated. They won't be going to Q3. Kengar had crashed out, Bashful Cloud got disqualified for stupid reasons. Seppi, Debbie were looking to improve, Gexy, Noob, Sonev, Andre and Head all looking to improve on their lap times. Jay Henson invalidates his lap. He'll be starting in 9th. So that means 10-9-8, they're all sorted out. PRT will start in 10th, Jay Henson in 9th, Martins in 8th. And Gexy comes across the line, puts himself in 5th, that's one place up. But Noob comes across the line, can he go better? He can. They go back to how they were. So we're just gonna go straight to the lights. And it's lights out and away we go. The Mercedes, a lot of people seem to be getting away well as the Racing Point touches the grass a bit, and we're 4 wide. We're 4 wide through turn 1, 3 wide mostly, as I think the driver selected the correct tires, so that should not be an issue. And we've got the 2 Racing Points in first, then the 2 Mercedes in 3rd and 4th. Sorry, I said 2 Racing Points in first. They're 1 and 2 as they are side by side. Godly Noob and Sonev as we've got yellow flags. And that is, there was a crash in the background. I think it might have been the House of Amir, I'm not sure. Godly Noob is still in the lead. And we've got a VSC. I think Martins might have just lost some front wing. And I don't know who's involved in the collision. VFL Martial seems to have been involved in the collision. As we see a Haas spin on the VSC. That was the House of Amir. Usher dropped in 18th. There seems to have been many collisions. As we see, Godly Noob has spun. And the drivers seem pretty spread out because of all the collisions and incidents, as Gexy and Jai almost side by side. As we see Jai now almost lost the rear, it seemed, trying to go around the outside of the McLaren. And we've got another VSC. Jay Henson has spun and DNF'd. But Godly Noob, one of the front runners who ended up spinning, will now have to drive back through the grid, through the field, and has currently gained the place. He finds himself in 15th. Godly Noob started up high up the field, so he's looking to find his way through as quickly as possible. But the problem is with all the DRS train, it's a bit harder. But him and Amir are close to Bashful Cloud. They'll be looking to make it 3 wide into turn 1. No, they didn't, they made it 2 wide. Amir managed to get past Bashful Cloud. Godly Noob also managed to get past Bashful Cloud. Godly Noob now looking to make it side by side with Amir. Through turn 3. Tries to go around the outside. Now he'll have the inside line through turn 4 as they're still side by side. This is some brilliant racing. There was a bit of contact. And Godly Noob had to... well, I think he was going to lose the rear end, so he had to slow down a bit, and Amir managed to keep the place. As we see the clouds coming in. We see the clouds slowly coming in as there was a severe corner cut there from, I think it was from the House of Amir. Godly Noob managed to get through. As we see Jai looking to make it side by side with Deru. Also goes past him, gets side by side with Pale Drill, gets past Pale Drill. That's a double overtake in one corner. But Pale Drill's now making it side by side with Jai. He's got the inside line. Jai Fletcher's got the outside line. He got a bit more grip, I think, through the outside line through there. In fact, he does. And Jai Fletcher has made the double overtake a success. His head also gets past Usher He almost spun out there, and Martin's managing to keep the lead on both of them. Bashful Clouds retired from the session. We've got a VSC. Oh, I don't know how we've only got a VSC there. That should be a full course safety car. He's crashed into the middle of the track. As Sonev looks to make it side by side with Bumpy, gets past him before the corner is even there, and Gexy also gets past Bumpy. But Bumpy's making it side by side with him, and Sonev making it side by side with Martins. Sonev manages to get past Martins, blocks him off well. That's some good defending, and Head gets past Gexy as Jai Fletcher gets past Andre. Apparently, he managed to use that DRS disadvantage as Deru is looking to get past Paledriel. Paledriel though managed to hold the position well, and I don't think it's drops of water just yet, but I thought I might have seen a couple. And these three drivers still right behind each other. They've been going at it for so long, making an enjoyable race for themselves, squabbling for points, squabbling for positions. We saw Head look right, look left, minor contact. I don't think he had any damage from that with Martins. As the drivers all looking for position, Gexy manages to make it side by side with Martins. Round the outside, not managing to get it done. Actually goes a bit wide route there. Now will he look down the inside of Martins? He looks down the inside. Martins having the better land on the outside and managing to block him off, and also has the inside line through that corner. Well, there are some drivers quite close by, as we see actually Almir and KCDB fighting it out. KCDB tried to stick it around the outside. He still's got room for it. He's just around the outside. He'll have a bit more grip, but Almir manages to push him out of the way. KCDB looked a bit for a switchback, but switchback doesn't really work through there. But Martins is 3.5 seconds off Head. Head's managed to pull away from Martins as well. We saw the same happen with Sonev. Pulled away from Martins eventually. As Sonev is looking for a move down the inside on Martins. Sorry, not on Martins, on PRT. There was a bit of contact. He managed to get the moves on. Hopefully PRT has no wing damage, as almost every driver that's still racing has a time penalty. As we saw, a spun driver. I think that's a spun driver of Paledriel. It is. PRT gets the fastest lap of the race with the harness enabled. He's going to be looking to go down the inside of Gexy, but he's too far behind to get it done, or even consider the moves. And luckily he didn't consider the move, because it would have been a pretty big crash if he did. But now he's looking to go around the outside of Gexy with the DRS enabled. He manages to get the move done before they even come to the corner. We saw Paledriel leave because his internet cut, and that is a big shame. And he's not able to come back, as we see Het go side by side with Daru. Manages to get the move done down the inside. That was a really nice move. As Daru and PRT going side by side. I think PRT was trying to make the move on Daru, and Daru managed to stick in front of him. And PRT now goes down the inside, gets the move done. And Jamie Robertson has retired from the session. There's a Red Bull seems to be crashed out. It's Red Bull of Martins. I think he spun, probably due to the rain. He's dropping back a lot of positions. I think his front wing is still intact at least. PRT enters the pits. That puts Sonev in second, and will Het manage to get past? I was gonna say will Het get past, but VFL Martial has retired from the session, and we have a full course caution. That's a bit too NASCAR. We have a safety car. Sonev doesn't have a time penalty. Jai Fletcher, let's see how many the amount of time penalties he has. He's got 9 seconds. Oh wow. Safety cars in this lap. They'll be getting racing. We'll have 3 laps of racing. But with that 9-second time penalties, Jai Fletcher's gonna have a hard time winning this race. And Sonev apparently managed, according to the game, got past Jai, and he did do that indeed. He managed to get past Jai. I don't know how he managed to do it, because Jai was well ahead of Sonev apparently in the restart, but he managed to get the place done. As I think I saw almost car spinning. We've got some cars going 2 wide, 3 wide. It's very confusing in the rain. Andre dropping down to 7. I think he might have been the driver I saw spin. PRT dropping down to 9th. Jai manages to go. He's gonna manage to go down the inside of Sonev. As we probably hear my cat in the background. Going down the inside, gets the move done. Sonev will be looking to come back, but he's not going to be able to do it. Andre and 8th drop down far back, looking to make a move down the inside on Osher. Osher manages to stick it to him around the outside, bit of contact. It's touch and go. They're still side by side. Andre manages to get past Osher. Osher having to back out. Gexy pretty close to Daru as Martins has retired from the session. Honestly, considering it was just the grid was so tight and so bunched up because of the safety car, they've really managed to make some space between themselves. You know, like you'd expect more battles to be going on off when the safety car happens, but no, not really. We're in the penultimate lap. Osher had to pit, probably got some front wing damage. Would have been smart, I think, to stay out instead of pit for just 2 laps. But now we'll just watch Jai as he's coming through the end of sector 1 on the final lap of the race. As he spins, Jai spins on the final lap of the race, he gets front wing damage. He already had the time penalties. So Sonev, I just remembered that Jai had the time penalties, so he's probably not gonna win the race. You know, Sonev within 3 seconds and Jai having like at least 9 seconds of time penalties, Sonev will be winning the race. But we're on board with Jai because, you know, maybe time penalties can be removed. He seemed to have spun. I don't know if there may have been some weird connection issue on my end that he didn't spin, because it looked like it would have gotten front wing damage and his front wing looks pretty intact. As he comes through the final corner one last time. And Jai Fletcher wins the Hungarian GP. Only for Sonev to steal it off him for not getting a single time penalty. And Jai Fletcher dropping to 4th because of the time penalties. Bumpy comes in 2nd. Gexy in 3rd. Deru in 5th, PRT in 6th, Andre in 7th, Pale Drill in 8th, Osher in 9th, Godly Noob in 10th, MLT in 11th, Amir 12th, and M Schumacher in 13th, Sebi in 15th. Deru had a pretty good drive, went up 6 places today. I thank you all for watching, for sticking with me all throughout. I hope you enjoyed this one, definitely had a lot to it. And I'll see you guys next week. Godspeed.